how to identify and promote the strengths and overcome the weakness of a business. That's a very, very good question, Duyen. As a coach who focuses a lot on entrepreneurs, one of the things that I really learned and noticed is that the business is really tied to the founder. So whoever runs the business, like owns the business, right? It's tied to them. And what do I mean by that? So a lot of you that are listening to this is probably either you want to start your business or you have started your business, right? So it's a small business and you want to listen more and learn more. And typically this type, you are working with either doing the business by yourself or you are basically working with a small team. But you call the shots, right? You make all the decisions. So now how you are as a business owner, what level you are at, what level you are playing, then that's basically up to where the business will grow as well. So you're basically like in a pot. So if you can imagine a pot, on top of it, there's a lid, right? There's a cover. And the entrepreneur, the owner, is the lid, the cover. So the more you can improve yourself and develop, then the business develops as well. So going back to the question of, let me look at it, Duyen, is how to identify and promote strengths. So the first thing that you need to do is look at your own strengths. So once you have identified your own strengths and your own weaknesses, then most likely you are able to improve the business based on that as well. So let me give a very good example. So there in a past business that I had partners, business partners. So we were working together, and then this business partner is more introverted. So if the first time you've heard of introvert, so basically introvert is someone who is more inclined to be with themselves, not mingle, or maybe if they do, they only mingle and talk to like a few people. And then there's the extrovert. So the extrovert is someone who is more social. So this person likes to kind of like network and meet a lot of people. So in this partnership, my other partner is introverted. So he doesn't like to be with a lot of people. But I was more introverted. So knowing this in our relationship, then we understood that, oh, okay, since you are more introvert, then it's more difficult for him. It's not his strength to go out and meet people and talk to people and things like that. Whereas me, since I am extroverted, then it was easy for me to go out, meet people, build connections, collaborate, all these things. And again, this is just looking at it as what are your strengths and weaknesses. And it doesn't mean the introvert cannot meet people and build relationships. In fact, when they build relationships, it can be deeper compared to, let's say, for example, an extrovert like me. But understanding all of this, then how can we leverage on this and make it work for us is the key. So that's kind of like how you play with it, what kind of strengths and weaknesses you have as a person, and use that to leverage for the business. So I hope I answered that question. I mean, it's a big question, to be honest, Duyen, and that's kind of like one thing to really set where you are thinking and understand how to go about it and think further. So it's a continuous thing, continuous learning. He asked how to overcome insecurities in starting a business. So this question is quite, how to say, loaded. It can mean a lot of things. So insecurities would mean different for different people, and so that's why I love coaching, because coaching is personalized, it's customized. Insecurities can be, let's say, for example, let's say, oh, I don't have the proper business knowledge in order to, let's say, run a business. And that's kind of like, you know, it stops you from being confident to like really stepping out and starting your own business. So that's kind of like one type of insecurity. And then there's another type of insecurity is like, well, let's say, what if this person is thinking, what if in the future the business fails? I lose money or I lose my face, you know, like reputation. So that's kind of another way, another insecurity that we are talking about. But ultimately, all of this different types of insecurity, it all boils down to the main question is, am I good enough? So that is like one of the biggest questions that each and every one of us actually have. And you know, a lot of things like imposter syndrome, you know, all this roots and starts from the main question, am I good enough to do this? And it's always been kind of like playing and playing. And even, you know, when we were studying all this, it's the same thing. I remember when I first into a trading education business. When I mean trading education, it's the forex trading, stocks trading. I totally didn't had any knowledge or idea in trading, you know, in forex, all this. I totally had this like huge insecurity on how to run a business. By that time, I already had experience starting a business. So what I was confident is I know how to start a business, how to create a business, plan for a business, and all these things, marketing. But I didn't have any information or knowledge on about the trading industry. And so that was like my insecurity. And so I went and approached a mentor and talked about it. I asked him, okay, there's this opportunity for me to start this business, and I'm basically having this insecurity around trading. I don't have the expertise. So he immediately kind of like pointed out. He asked me, do you need to be the expert in this business? Well, the people that I will be working with are the experts, right? They have been doing this business already. And so, oh, okay. Then if you don't need to be expert in terms of, the trading part, the education part, then what are you bringing into the business? What are you the expert of? So then I say, oh, one is that I'm an expert in terms of like, running a business, all these things, starting a business. And then I'm also the expert in the market that we are going into, because we partnered up because we want to bring that business to the Philippines. And so then that shifted me. Okay, it's actually where I was focusing on. I was focusing a lot on what I wasn't good enough. And this is related to the first question about the strengths and weakness, right? So I was focusing a lot on what I was weak on. It didn't help me, right? It didn't help me to actually move forward, because I kept on looking at, oh, okay, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. Where in fact, after talking to my mentor, he immediately refocused me to think, okay, this is where I'm good at, and this is where I should focus on. The other things, if there are people who can handle that, then it can still work. That is one way of doing it, is like really focusing on, okay, are my strengths, or what can I focus on that I'm good at, instead of focusing on, hey, what am I not good at? So I hope I answered that question.
Oh, hey there. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And remember to click the bell button so you get updated of the new videos. See you in the next one.